The theory I agree with the most is Bandura's social cognitive theory. I believe this theory is the best at explaining how scholars learn and also how to modify their behavior. The social cognitive theory states that social and cognitive factors, as well as behavior, play an important role in learning. Some of the cognitive factors mentioned were students' expectation for success and students observing their parents' achievement behavior. Um, Bandura also spoke about the reciprocal determinism model that consists of three factors, and the factors are behavior, person slash cognitive, and environment. In this 3 point model, a triangle, it's showing how behavior influences environment just as environment influences behavior. So there are double-sided arrows going each way. They all influence each other. Behavior influences the person, cognitive influences the behavior. Same thing between behavior, environment, behavior. I believe this is a very important model to focus on because it shows how the three factors interact with each other and how they can help transform the learning process and transform the experiences for that student. Another important factor Bandura speaks about is the observational learning. And he spoke of the four key factors in that, which are attention, retention, production, and motivation. Chapter 7 spoke of a high tiered model as opposed to a lower tier model, where obviously someone of a higher tier will, or a positive person, will attract more attention. So once you get the attention of the learner, you then deliver the information and the learners have to retain that information. Then they go and produce what they have learned through their behaviors. And of course, they're going to modify their behaviors to fit their cognitive levels, to fit their age, etc., etc. And then they also have to be motivated to complete these actions and to complete the behavior that they have seen. I have witnessed this working with the students I've been teaching over the years, where even without lesson planning, it's I do, we do, you do. I do as in a teacher, I model the behavior, so that will be during that attention slash retention time. You're going to watch me, give me your attention, retain what I'm telling you. Then we do it as a class or in small groups. That's your production time. And then the I do will be your motivation time. So now that you have the skills and you're equipped with the skills to produce this behavior, go on and motivate yourself to do it by yourself. Bandura also spoke about if the observational learning does not work, you include rewards, reward the model, reward the behavior of the children, instruct the children to do better, like keep going, great job, things of that nature, and also show them how the specific behavior or the desired behavior leads to the outcomes that we want. Bandura also spoke highly about the importance of self-efficacy, which again I highly agree with. If you feel you can, it's going to change your mindset. It goes to those old cliches of mind over matter, and the sky's the limit. If you believe it, you can achieve it. And these things may sound like, sure, okay, whatever, but it works. If you believe in yourself, you'll give yourself that attention. You'll give your attention to where it's needed. You'll retain the information that you need to retain, and you will produce what needs to be produced, and you will continue to self-regulate. You'll continue to modify your behavior until you get those desired results. And in defense to the other theories, which have valid, important points and have research that shows they are successful. So although I choose to agree with Bandura, the other two are also very important. But with the Pavlov classical conditioning, with neutral stimuli associated with meaningful stimuli, I feel like it's not really effective in explaining the actions of the learner that are outside of exactly what the experiment is trying to have them do. For example, with the dog and the bell, what happens when you have a dog that, reacts to the bell, but also, loves to smell something in a corner. So you ring the bell, he's always going to smell something in the corner and then eventually come get the treat. So I kind of feel like it doesn't explain those voluntary behaviors that may happen. It also generalizes the rewards, which chapter 7 spoke of. And it could, I don't know if it would transfer out of that specific example. For example, if you're using classical conditioning in a science exam to help your scholar not be nervous about taking an exam, it may work there, right? We're associated with calming, relaxing. But what if they have to take an exam in math? Are they still going to associate exams in general with calming and relaxing, or is it only with science exams where you implemented the classical conditioning? And then with Skinner's operant conditioning, the rewards and punishments system, I did not agree too much with this one because I do not believe it produces permanent results. I think the learner can get desensitized to punishments in the same way they can get desensitized to rewards, and eventually it will stop mattering. It won't matter anymore. It will no longer matter. It will no longer have its effective results. I also think that the learner can get develop low self-esteem or develop a fear if they are constantly being punished for things that they may not be able to control, for one, or constantly being looked over and not getting rewards because they are struggling with content, so they're not getting those 90s and those 100s, so they're not getting rewards. So it's like, what's my motivation to even try better? So again, this is why I agree highly with Bandura's social cognitive theory.